How to play chords in the style of Jimi Hendrix. There is a lot going on there. Most of his playing is very much related to bar chords and playing specific tensions on bar chords. Hendrix always played with his thumb. The voicing is slightly different. Instead of it being the root, fifth, root, third, fifth, root, you just get root, root, third, fifth. And sometimes it's root if it's that kind of thing. You have this muted A string in there, and I guess the way in which your thumb contacts the E string, it sounds a little bit different than if you're fretting it. Hendrix often tuned down to E flat. In addition to it being easier to sing a half step lower, string tension is much different. It's easier to bend, and the strings just react a little bit differently. Another thing that's worth mentioning is the difference in timbre on the instrument. How what you do in your left hand and in your right hand can affect the tonal characteristic of a note. Why does it sound different? Because the notes you're playing here are on much smaller diameter strings versus much thicker strings, these wound strings in here. Are you playing a D chord here? Or here? Or here? Something to listen for when you're transcribing. Another thing that's important is how you hold your pick and where you hold your pick. More or less the same riff, but it sounds very different depending on where you pick. And if you hear a lot of that really throaty neck pickup playing on a lot of the Hendrix recordings, it's because he's picking away up on the neck here. Very light touch. You can relate most of his chord playing to your 6th and 5th string root bar chord. So if you're thinking G major, first of all, of course, he's playing it with his thumb. But what are the other notes that are going on there? Most of the time it's... So the tension that probably sounds very familiar to you is tension 9 on a major chord. Sounds very nice. Then sus4. To play that in a minor chord, he's playing a derivative of this 6-string root minor bar chord, only he's playing it with these fingers. In the minor chord it's root, root, flat third, fifth, and sometimes that root as well. It's very important to understand the chord and scale relationship. So if you're playing a minor chord, you can visualize an A minor scale, in this case an A minor pentatonic scale. A lot of the time when he's playing this A minor chord and adding notes to embellish it, it's other notes in minor pentatonic, in addition to tension 9. Tension 9, B in A minor is not, it's not in A minor pentatonic, but it is in A Aeolian or A relative minor, so it does work and it sounds good. Tension 9 is a very friendly tension. It doesn't sound super dissonant like some other tensions. So it's used a lot over major and minor chords. So how does that work on 5th string root bar chords? On major, a lot of times he just plays a power chord with an extra root there and hammers on, so it's... And then if he's going to do some sort of ornamentation over that chord, it's usually sus4. What if you're going to do 5th string root. D minor bar chord. So you have tension 13 or 6, and you have 4 or 11, and you're hammering on flat 7 to the root. And the note that was 9 over A is now 6 over D. If 6 were 9.